Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello dear friends, welcome back to Spiritism and the Media here on Kardec Radio. Today, as I brought last week, I'm bringing the book Endearing Gems from Francisco Candido Xavier for us to read and for us to study. This book, it brings many different messages from Francisco Candido Xavier, Chico Xavier, or from some spirits that he channeled the message, for example, André Luiz, Emmanuel, and it is published, this book is published here in the US, it is in English, it is published by SAB, Spiritist Alliance for Books. So we all have access to this book in English, and it is a very, there are wonderful messages here for us to read and for us to analyze and try to apply them to our daily lives. So the idea here, now I will bring one of those messages for us. We can read and we can see what we can learn from it and how we can try to apply them when we think about the media, about communications in our daily lives. So the message that I bring today is to listen in silence. It is by Francisco Candido Xavier. So the message here, to listen in silence. He who has no reason to criticize me deserves no response. Whoever does have it is being truthful, and we are powerless to go against the truth. This is what Emmanuel has been teaching me. For this reason, during my entire life, I have tried to listen in silence to the truth and lies that have been said about me. So here we have Chico bringing a message by Emmanuel, and then he is bringing to us a comment on that message. So let's first read again the message that Emmanuel brought to Chico. It is like one of the talks that they have during Chico's life. So, he who has no reason to criticize me deserves no response. Whoever does have it is being truthful, and we are powerless to go against the truth. So here, this message we can see, like, because many times we are criticized in our entire life, no matter if it is in person, no matter if it is today on the web, or so many things. Because when I thought about bringing that, when we talk about media, especially on social media, because it's very easy to be criticized there when we post something online and someone goes there and comment sometimes some comments that we do not want to read, we would not like to receive. And when we think about that, there are many ways that we can reply or we can react to that. And as we see here, Emmanuel is saying that in every situation we must be silent. Why? Because if the person is telling a lie, there is no reason for us to reply. And we saw Emmanuel also told Chico many other times that the best way for us to reply to some criticism is through the example and not through words. And as we saw last week, we talked about being a good example, about the illuminating path that we have by being a good example to others, how we are not being useless to the world. So the best way when we receive a criticism, when we have this critic, we have someone criticizing us, telling lies, the best way for us is to keep silent, being silent, and do our own work. Be an example, not only to that person, because many times we know that person has their own opinion and it won't change that easily, but at least for the others who are listening, those critics, everyone who is listening to those words or reading those words. So through our own example, we can prove that that person is telling a lie. We don't need to go through words for that. The best way is through example. So that's why Emmanuel says here, there's no reason to say anything but to keep silence. And the other one that Emmanuel says here, if the person is being truthful, and we are powerless to go against the truth. So if the person says something that it is true, it's something that we should, for example, change in our behavior, something that we post that we should not have posted. So if that is the truth, why we should go there and reply, why we should go there and try to create this war with words with that person, no matter if it is written, if it is spoken. But why are we doing that? If the person is telling the truth, it's up to us to receive that truth and to think about that, to meditate on that, and then we can see how to apply that in our life. We can rethink the way we are acting. So the same way, we do not need to do anything like with words. So the best way is to keep silence. And let's see what so Chico said. Chico says that this is what Emmanuel has been teaching me. For this reason, during my entire life, I have tried to listen in silence to the truth and lies that have been said about me. And we know that Chico I won't say suffer, but Chico was a target during his entire life. Many people going out, like we have this example of an article that was written in one of Brazilian's most famous magazine at the time, that they were trying to say that Chico was a fraud. And so Chico faced that many times through his entire life, many people going against him, saying that he was a fraud, that he was making up all those books that he was channeling, all those messages that he was receiving. And we did not see Chico going out and trying to start like wars with words, or trying to reply to all those people. What he did, he kept working. He kept doing his work, being an example to all of us. So through this example, he showed the world that those lies were being told, and he showed the truth. Even though today many people still deny all his mediumship, but as we know, it's not up to us to try to persuade others. Each one of us, we have our own time. So those people that don't believe in that, one day they will change our mind, maybe in this life, maybe in another one, but the truth will come to all of us. So we do not need to try to go against each lie that we see outside about us, because one day the truth will come. So this is a good example, to listen in silence. So that way we avoid having those wars, we avoid having those fights, and we avoid sending more negativity to the world. We do have a lot of negativity today in our world. We do not need to send more. So just keep silence and let's keep doing the good work. And as usual, I'm going to read a message from the book Happy Life by Joana de Angelis through the medium Divaldo Pereira Franco, so we can wrap up here our meeting. So the message today, number 90. Don't isolate yourself in your social circle. Loneliness gives bad counsel. People who isolate themselves from family, work, and their community become disturbed. Fleeing the world hinders the use of reason, leading to a distorted view in relation to people and events. Humans are social beings meant to help and learn from one another. It is in the day-to-day struggles and the course of human activities that the values that must be developed and improved are assessed. Thank you for your company. May God bless all of us. See you next week.